What a scene. Easy got screwed in the butt during the radio show today. Here I am trying to make a good impression. I've already had a bit of oddness because the folks at the radio station said, take our sign down behind you. You know, there was that. And then there was the guy who wanted me to stop talking over music, and he was complaining and threatening to get me fired somehow. This was all compounded because Chris in Buffalo decided to request a song. The song was by the Tragically Hip. I don't even remember the name of it. I'm trying to block it out. All I know is that when Tragically Hip songs play, the singer Gord Downie, he was said in an interview, he says, I want to make sure that the audience understands every word that I sing so that the words that I've written aren't drowned out by music. I want every syllable articulated so that they can hear every single thing. Well, that was absolutely true because the song I played that Chris suggested contained the word shit. And not only was it shit, but Gord Downie said bag of shit. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Hey, Easy, I'd like to request a song. Oh, okay, sure, by all means. Text in on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast text request line. Okay. How about Tragically Hip? Song's called, it might as well have been called Bag of Shit. I'm sitting here playing it, and, it's 90 seconds into the song, and I hear Bag of Shit. And I'm like, oh, what? First thing I do is I look to see if Spotify had the little E for explicit. Typically, that's what they do. You know, the reason why they do that is so that the company you're with isn't like freaked out or offended or whatever the hell. I appreciate the E. I want those E's on there because if I see an E on there, this is something I won't play. Rich writes, who starts out the show bitching about stuff? Not Kenny this time. Well, this is a legitimate gripe. I'm fucking JFK in the motorcade here, sitting next to Jackie, enjoying the nice Dallas sunshine. Oh, look, Dealey Plaza. That's a wonderful place. That's turn left there, guys. Wow, Mr. President, that's the book depository. Yeah, you know, we have a lot of our various libraries are stocked with the books from that building right there. It's a fantastic place. Oh, that's me. My brains go flying all over Jackie. Fucking Governor Connolly shot. Jackie tries climbing out of the car. There's brain flying everywhere. Fucking A. Chris writes, yeah, I fucked easy without lube for sure. So then there's still 2 minutes of the song, and I'm contemplating, do I jump in and say, hey, whoopsie, oopsie, sorry about that, fucking shit. What do I do? Hang on, I need a drink. I've got cotton mouth. I'm all freaked out. Damn it. Let's see if I've heard anything from the boss. Not yet. All quiet on the Western Front. Linda says, does the FCC really monitor such a small station, though? It isn't about monitoring. The FCC never goes and busts a radio station. It's when someone complains. And I'm not concerned about that either. Okay? It's just, you know, the radio station is not owned by a giant entity. It's two very sweet people who they deal with the advertisers, and this is a conservative neck of the woods. And all of a sudden, they turn on the radio station, and Gord Downey's saying bag of shit on the radio. Oh, fuck. Did you say book suppository? I absolutely did not. I said depository, you fucking morons. All right. So that's what happened. Book suppository, you dumbass. That was from a fucking Full Metal Jacket, I think. No. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. It's book suppository, you fucking assholes. Well, anyway. Chris says, in my slight defense, Canadian radio has always played that song, and since I've lived closer to Canada my whole life, I've heard it. That's not a slight defense. So what, did you forget that I live in, America? That's not even any type of defense. Linda says moments like that are why we need a live stream of the radio show. Maybe one day. I'm still in the getting my bearings phase. Like if you were to listen to what I did today on the air here, today on the radio show, it's like way different than the first day, which was 2 weeks to the day. Linda says Chris is early nominee for asshole of the day. Well, someone's going to have to work to not be the asshole of the day, frankly. I mean, someone's going to have to work to supplant Chris, is what I'm trying to say. Well, here's the thing. You may have forgotten that they said shit. I talked on the radio about it. I go, look. Actually mentioned it. I go, this is a two-way street. If we're going to go ahead and play your songs, The only radio station in America to actually do this. You can't bend us over like, what's the name of that? Like fucking Pulp Fiction, the anal rape scene. I don't want to be the black guy. What was his name again? Marcellus? Vincent? No, Vincent Vega, Jules, and then Ving Rhames. Who does he play? And then Zed pumps him from behind. I don't want you to be Zed. God damn it, that was rough. Patrick says, I heard the Toon Man almost drop an F-bomb today. Yes, true. I forget the context, but you could hear me start to go up. All right. Should be okay, though. I think we'll be fine. I've changed the lighting in here, and I kind of hate it. I also made so that the window here doesn't wash me out, but now it's like too dark. Just my luck. I watched the program over the weekend. Before I get to that, Kenny writes, every morning I turn on that radio show. I constantly think the same thing Eric thinks when he hears the music. The music I listen to. What the hell is this shit? Well, of course. Of course. The songs on Q100 have melody and, you know, you listen to shit. I think what's so infuriating about you is the shit you listen to, you actually think it's good. And even though everyone tells you it's no good, it's horrible. I don't want you to listen. In fact, if you make that comment one more time, I'm going to ban you because you've said it every goddamn day since I started doing the radio show, you stupid bastard. So shut the fuck up. I don't even know why I read your dumb comment. Anyway, I watched the program. Something weird because we had Mike Q from Western Mass on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Wait a minute. Hold on a second before I get to that. Johnny writes, I requested Dragon Attack by Queen this morning. I think he blocked me from the text line. Not only did I not block you, I actually played it and dedicated it to you. Like soon after. If I were to go to the text line right now, which I can, I think I even wrote, it's coming up next. Johnny B, no, I did not respond to you, but I absolutely did play it. Probably within 10 minutes of you requesting it. So here's what I have from the podcast audience when it comes to the radio show, the cross-pollination. I've got one asshole requesting a song, and then I play it and dedicate it to him. And then the dipshit says, he didn't play it. He blocked me. And then I got another cocksucker who requests songs that say, let's go get a big bag of shit. And then says, in my defense, I usually hear it on Canadian radio stations. That makes sense. Yeah, because I'm in Canada. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you think that? Then I got stupid cocksucker Kenny once again telling me that he likes his music and my music sucks. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking idiot. I guess this is how it's going to be today. I have 3 unbelievable assholes that are fighting for asshole of the day. I had no idea what the quote unquote troubled teen industry was. I mean, I had heard about troubled teens. Like, I went to school with a bunch of them. The fucking burnouts, the kids who don't listen to anybody, always getting into trouble. Whatever. All these people, they go on to become like the out-of-the-box thinkers. The musicians, the actors, the comedians, the designers for all things. Could be something like mechanical or cars or engineering. Those types of brains. And no one recognized that even to this day. No one recognizes that even to this day, where you get parents who kids challenge them, and then the parents are shitty. And then they go, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to send my kid off to Rainbow Horizon School for Troubled Youth. And it turns out that that's all a big goddamn scam, from what I'm understanding. You must watch the program on Netflix. It's 3 episodes. It's a documentary made by a lady in her 30s who was in one of these programs. She reunites with several other young people that were in this school, academy at Ivy Ridge in upstate New York, one of many, many, many of these schools. And in the episode, Johnny, I'm just kidding. Shut up. He writes, "Hey, I apologize. I listened to the show at the way into work, but when I got into the Whalen connection, it's like, relax. I was kidding. God, don't make it weird. It was a goddamn bit. We've moved on." So all these schools are all over this place, or all over the place. And one of the schools they mentioned was in Jamaica. And an audience member of this show, I'm not going to say who, it's up to that person to tell that story, was actually at that school where all of these incidents happen. And it's just been revealed. It's Patrick. Patrick says, I live that shit. Fuck those places. What you see in the documentary was the exact same type of school under the same umbrella organization as Academy at Ivy Ridge that the program was based on. A good portion of that 3-episode documentary on Netflix. And it is so fucked up. My God. You got to see this. For me to stop down and try to explain any more of it would be a complete injustice. But the lady who made the film was in these schools, was in one of these schools, just like our pal Patrick here, was in the school, the other school, the sister school that they mentioned in Jamaica. It got shut down. Boarding school. They just beat the shit out of kids all the goddamn time and torture them. She went on to get into making films, and so she made this movie, and boy, is it fucking great. And it's the type of thing you can watch, and like, you don't even need to be watching it. You can just listen. It's that type of documentary. Their stories, their words when they're speaking are the interesting thing of it. And I don't know what it is about these types of documentaries where there's so many people getting away with horrible shit that I'm drawn to. And it actually causes me stress and infuriates me so much. You think about, what was that? The last one I watched was American Nightmare. That was another one where I was like, what the fuck? How could this possibly be happening? That's how I feel. That's how I felt with the program. Oh, God damn it. And so I spoke about it on the radio show that Johnny and Chris and Kenny are trying to ruin. And Patrick heard it. He goes, yeah, I went to that school. I didn't ask any questions of Patrick. I don't want him going back to that place where I have to quiz him and he has to relive any more of it, but he does, right? There is way too much to get into. It was a madhouse. Place really fucked me up. Well, dude, I'm so sorry. That's that type of trauma is just unbelievable. And I just hope you're okay. I'm very worried. But, God damn it. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to get into today? Yesterday was Easter. Around here, this was a big deal because my oldest daughter says we have to do an Easter egg hunt. I don't know if any of you have kids that are grown and out of the house, but at our house, we have to have these Easter egg hunts when the kids come home. So Pooh Bear goes and spends a king's ransom, and with actual Easter baskets. She has to hide the Easter baskets and the eggs, or plastic eggs filled with candy and dollar bills and lottery tickets. And, oh, my God, she was all in on it. And that was all a Team Pink thing. Team Blue was the food. So I'm getting the food while Team Pink is doing all of that. So Madison, of course, is upstairs. She's home from spring break. Jackie and Justin are coming. Jackie and Justin are coming, are coming over from their place. And Diana's hiding the eggs. And my God, it was like a goddamn madhouse. Them virtually fighting over this shit. I loved it. Chaos is great. I love the chaos. We can never not have that. I don't ever want to be at a point where they say, nah. It's just one thing that's leaving the enjoyability. Leaving the enjoyability. That's what I just said. Okay, so I get this leg of lamb, and it's you get it at Costco, and it's dirt cheap. Now, if the temperature of that lamb, the internal temperature when you take it out of the oven, is over like 135, it's overcooked. This has to be medium rare. It has to, or else it dries. When you pull it out, it's going to go up in temperature. So, amazingly, I didn't overcook it. I was watching it very carefully. And after 15 minutes of sitting there, as it was resting, it inched right up to 140. I'm like, yes, this thing is perfect. If you're going to have lamb, before you eat this, it's important that you take mayonnaise and add horseradish and then whip it up. Now, because horseradish on its own is the worst thing ever. Mayonnaise with lamb is the worst thing ever. If you combine the mayonnaise with the horseradish, it's fucking perfection. The lamb was all spread out before I cooked it. It was all like in a net, and you cut that off, you rinse it off, you dry it off, you lay it down flat with the skin up. And I have the zest of a couple of lemons. I've got 5-6 cloves of minced garlic and olive oil. It's a paste. All right? You can put it on with your hands and rub it on there. You salt that fucker with kosher salt and then pepper. You pepper it. Molly says if anything I eat ends up with horseradish, that shit's in the garbage. I don't think you've tried this. And I can understand why you'd say that. But if you blend it with mayonnaise, it's a game changer. My daughter felt the same way. The one that's 1 day older than you, in fact. I go, try this. She goes, no, it has horseradish. I go, just trust me. And she sticks her finger in it. She tastes it, and she goes, And she tries it again. Perfection. I'm telling you. After you salt and pepper that lamb, you put this lemon zest, garlic, olive oil concoction on it. You just rub it on there. And then you tie the whole thing up really tight with baker's twine. All right? And then you bake it. And, oh, my God in heaven, are you kidding me? We also have the quartered red potatoes with a minced garlic, parsley, olive oil whipped all around it, like blended. And then you just throw them on a cookie sheet and bake them. Nice salad. Croissants. Happy Easter. Oh, my God, yes. Big hit. So Team Blue, success with the food. Team Pink, success with the Easter egg hunt. Everybody happy? Away we go. Day did not start out great, though. I wake up, and in the TV room where the NFK exists, I hear muttering, and I don't hear the TV on. I'm like, uh-oh. All of a sudden, he comes out, and I'm in the other room, and then he goes, hey, can you help me? And he's got a knife in his hand and a package of batteries, giant Duracell batteries. And I go, now, there is a rule, no knives. But he doesn't listen to me. We've talked about this many times. But at this point, he couldn't get it open. So he asked me. And I go, well, that's great that you asked me. But I've told you, no knives. Don't touch knives because your hands don't work like yours and mine. And you've cut yourself every time you've touched one. So, side note, I'm going to hide the fucking knives in this house. I open up the batteries. I go, what's up? He goes, the batteries are out on the remote. He goes over there. He puts the batteries in. And then I hear more muttering. It's not working. What's up, buddy? Motherfucker won't fucking work. Fucking shit. Fucking. I pointed at the goddamn TV. Fucking. It doesn't work. Fucking shit. Fucking. Fuck you, motherfucker. And I go, okay, let's have a look. So I can't get to work. Check to make sure the batteries are in right. They are. There's two buttons that he uses the most. The guide button and the last button. He touches those things so goddamn much, the words are off. They're like rubbed off him. So he's panicking because it's not that different than that scene in Rain Man when 10 minutes to Wapner, except it's the entire TV thing. The idea that the TV is not available is devastating to him. It's like, oh, fucking shit. We got to get to the bottom of this fast. So what had ultimately happened, which I did figure out, was the remote was in the wrong mode or something like that. And just a slight button push. And it was working. I fixed it. And, man, the relief on his face and my face. Also, after I touched the remote, I went and immediately washed my hands because there is so much grime on this fucking thing. It's ridiculous. Saturday was a big fraud Saturday. And boy, was it fantastic. We had episode number 16, Where Would You Hide a Paperclip? Titled, Where Would You Hide the Paperclip of Who Are These Free Beers? Holy shit. Did we have fun? We have fun actually doing the episode, but Ben and I agreed that getting the clips is not nearly as much fun. But we got it done and had a good time. That was on Saturday. After that, we had a edition of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which included just a lot of hilarity, including Ben breaking down the previous week's Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. When we were concluding the show, he shit his pants. I mean, he actually pooped his pants. We started to get to the cause of that problem, and we think we might have it solved. It's the medication he's taking. Megan explained it to him. It was fantastic. On the Who Are These Free Beers episode, Patrick heard it. He wrote, Steve's light bulb story was maybe the worst thing I've ever heard. Steve said, hey, everybody, I'm Steve. And I'm really bright because I got a new light bulb in front of me. And then he broke down like the history of a light bulb in the studio. And boy, did we laugh. We couldn't believe it. It was fucking unbelievable. Saturday night, I go to the Grand Rapids Gold basketball game. We had former NBA player, NBA Rookie of the Year, All-Star, Sharif Abdur-Rahim in attendance. He is the president of the G League. And I think I fucked up because he's walking around with the owner of our team, Steve Jabara. And I introduced myself and I said, hello, how are you? I am Eric Zane. I'm the PA announcer. So glad you are here. And I said, Mr. Rahim. And I think I fucked up because his last name is hyphenated. Abdur, Abdurr -Rahim. And I said, Mr. Rahim. I think I should have said Mr. Abdur-Rahim. I probably offended him. Whenever it comes to me doing anything like that, it's always a crapshoot. Wouldn't surprise me if he wanted me dead or there's some type of bounty on my head now. So that was cool. And then while I'm sitting there, I get a text from an audience member. And it says, heads up, Mr. Free Beer is here. And I wrote, at the arena? And the person says, yes. And I said, who dis? And he says, Ryan, just a listener. So I'm like, oh my God, Free Beer is here. Well, I need to see this. So, it turns out this is one of our bigger crowds. Because if it was like one of those Wednesday night games, even early in the season, there'd be like 400 people there. It's like pretty, you could just go, hey, Free Beer. He'll wave at you. But there was plenty of people there. Megan says she was there. And so I tipped off Diana. I said, keep an eye out for Fuckface. And if you see him, let me know what section he's in because I'm going to fuck with him. I did not see him, but I got a text from Diana, who got a text from Megan, who saw Free Beer and his super swoops on the big board. And Megan saw Free Beer and texted Diana, hey, I just saw Fuckface on the big board. I wish I would have seen him because something would have flown out of my mouth. I remember back before I joined their show, this would have been a callback because before I joined their show in Knoxville, I was doing public address for a hockey team in Tennessee. And I didn't know these guys. And they came on the ice during intermission to give away T-shirts or some shit. And then I made some snarky comment about Greg before I even knew the guy. Well, he called the hockey team and told on me and complained. And they almost fired me over that. So Greg was probably like, I hope that fucker does say something about me because I'm going to go and try to get him fired just like I did 25 years ago. Fucking great. All right. But I missed him. I didn't see him on it. I didn't see him on there. Chris says he tattled. That sounds about right. Oh, yeah. All right. So we talked about the program. We talked about the remote control. We talked about Easter. I still can't believe that news about Patrick. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. Where are we going? I got a lot of places we could take this show today. There is a I think he's a state representative. No, he's a U.S. representative. Okay. U.S. Representative Tim Walberg from right here in Michigan. There was a video that was posted of this congressman, Tim Walberg, described as pastor and good Christian, talking about his solution for Gaza. A sitting U.S. representative, member of Congress, in a secret town hall, writes, feels comfortable musing positively about genocide. Oh, boy. All right, now you won't see him, but you'll hear him. And if you miss any of it, I'll just read it.
Are we spending our money to build a port for them?
Yeah, it's Joe Biden's reason. We need to get humanitarian aid into Gaza. I don't think we should. I don't think any of our aid that goes to Israel to support our greatest ally, arguably maybe in the world, to defeat Hamas and Iran and Russia, and probably North Korea's in there and China too, with them and helping Hamas. We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. It should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get it over quick.
Okay. First, he talks about, I don't think we should be building, because right now the U.S. is building a port so that humanitarian aid can get into the region more quickly. And now that is a little weird that we support Israel, but we're also trying to provide humanitarian aid for the people. I don't know if it's weird, but it is kind of funky situation to be sure, because if we're helping Israel and say, yeah, you got to do this, but at the same time, all right. But let me just read exactly. When talking about the port, he wrote, it's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden's the reason. Hang on a second here. Then he says, we need to get humanitarian aid into Gaza. I don't think we should. I don't think any of our aid that goes to Israel to support our greatest ally, arguably maybe in the world, maybe in the world, to defeat Hamas and Iran and Russia and probably North Korea's in there and China too, with them in helping Hamas. We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. Now that alone is going to get you a lot of people going, Jesus Christ, what kind of heartless bastard are you? But then he says it should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get it over quick. So a sitting member of Congress is suggesting that Gaza get nuclear bombs dropped onto it. Oh, no. What the fuck? The video has more than 100,000 views. It is spreading like wildfire. While Walberg cannot be seen in the video, a member of the office of Walberg gave a statement confirming, yep, it was him. You can't do that. You got to lie. The statement said Walberg's comments were taken out of context. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Whenever you throw out, but those were taken out of context. That's impossible. What he said was in context. When you have a statement that's so long, the actual length of the comment is the context. Now, if you were to take just 4 words and then ... 5 more words ... and then 3 words to make a new sentence, that is taking something out of context. This is not taking it out of context. That guy gave the context. We don't have to take it out of context. He actually gave it to us. During his community gathering, according to the statement from Wahlberg's office, he clearly uses a metaphor to support Israel's swift elimination of Hamas, which is the best chance to save lives long term and the only hope at achieving a permanent peace in the region. The metaphor also extended to Ukraine's war against Russia, the statement said. So are you telling us when he says, no, don't help them, don't give them any aid, we need to make it a quick victory like Nagasaki and Hiroshima, he's not saying drop nuclear bombs on them? Because that sure as fuck sounds like he's saying drop nuclear bombs on them. In addition to this, Wahlberg's office included an audio recording from the meeting with more of the attendees' question and Wahlberg's answer. The audio recording began before and ended after the segment shown in the video clip on X. The attendee began his question by stating he recently spoke to a man in the U.S. Army who told him is being deployed to Gaza to build a pier for a minimum of 90 days. That's why he started talking about that. My God. Let's see. Let me pick it up. We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. It should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get it over quick. The same should be in Ukraine. Defeat Putin quick. And so he's saying the same thing. Nuke Putin. Instead of 80% of our funding for Ukraine being used for humanitarian purposes, it should be 80 to 100% to wipe out Russian forces if that's what we want to do. Wahlberg's comments have drawn criticism from the Democratic colleagues. I would say it draws a condemnation from everyone. What a fucking moron. Jesus Christ. Ryan says they should have claimed it was AI. Terrible thing to say. Chris says, quote, we had to destroy the village in order to save it, and this dude wants World War III. Rebecca says, what a great Christian. Yeah, have you ever noticed how many of these Christian assholes always say the most fucked up shit on the planet? Dan says, I guess he is trying to say fight to win, but did it in a terrible way. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you suggest drop a nuclear bomb on men, women, and children in Gaza, I don't know. I mean, that seems so simple to never have that cross your lips. That's just me. This show, thank you for watching it on Facebook, X, and YouTube. I appreciate that. If you want the full show, you must go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, and you are in business. Send me an email on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. As well, my Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for 7 days free. You do have to put in a payment form, but you can quickly cancel it right after, and you still get the 7 days. I just want you to try it out and see if you like it. The episodes for Who Are These Free Beers just dropped, as well as the latest edition of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, all at patreon.com/Eric Zane.